And so I think the more that you really are making sure you're using money as a tool instead of a drug, that's going to help you see how other people use money. Because really there's no like in between. It's either a tool or a drug. And you can even, slip into drug territory when you started off using it as a tool. And so it's really important when you are bringing someone new into your life or potentially getting more serious, you actually look at their money behavior and patterns. So when we're talking about gambling, oftentimes there is, in my case that I was working on, the wife didn't even know about his gambling addiction. She knew that there was a lot of money going through the account, but she didn't know where it was going. And unfortunately, this has even become more of a phenomenon with the rise of like app related finance tools, because you're no longer getting investment statements sent to your house. Everything's sent to that person's email. And I think that this has correlated into the divorce world because it's so easy now for, the husband or whoever it is that has the gambling addiction to slip into that desire, and they completely forget about their family's responsibilities, and it becomes all about chasing that addiction. Well, at least with a drug addiction, you have to get out of the house and go find a drug dealer or whatever it is. I don't know, maybe they have somebody you can do like Instacart drugs, who knows? There's generally some financial infidelity and things that the other person didn't tell us. And it's so hard to go through. So you really need to be making sure you're working with someone like myself who actually has done these types of claims, because this is honestly not too often that other CDFAs are going to encounter this. I have had a lot of practice in this. Your attorney, their goal is to be your linguistical warrior and to narrate the evidence-based report that I give them. But under normal circumstances, a divorce is going to have a lot of financial components. Then you add a dissipation claim on top of it, and it makes it even more so a financial transaction. So you really need to be working with that holy trinity of divorce professional. The coach to handle the emotional issues, especially when you're dealing with big claims like this. There's generally some financial infidelity and things that the other person didn't tell us. And it's so hard to go through.
Like, you get married for love usually, but at the end of the day, it really is a business, and that's how they treat it when you get divorced. And so I think I personally was super naive prior to being married about prenups. And I think it's, our society really pushes that narrative of like, they don't love you if they're asking you to sign a prenup. But it's like, how do you feel about that? That seems like a pretty good idea, right? To get all of this stuff settled beforehand so that if something happens, you guys have already figured out usually like how things are going to go, right?
And I think budget often gets a bad rap because we often think of like a lack when we're on a budget, but really a budget is true freedom. And when you are getting married, it is truly the blending of two lives, and you want to have shared goals, which, there's going to be family related goals, and then there's going to be financially related goals.